Hey y'all, IrixGuy here. Welcome back to another live show. And I got a bunch of people tuning in here. I appreciate that. We've got Mega Valued Customer. That's a cool name. He says, are you planning on any more barbecue shows? More barbecue videos? Heck, let's do a barbecue live show. Let's take it to the next level, man. Let's do a barbecue live show. I think that's even more engaging. Yeah, I got to do that, man. I just got to get all this pandemic stuff, man. Getting good meat's kind of tough. And if you find good meat, the good meat's probably kind of tough. So hopefully we'll get some better meat here soon. Stocks and Watches says /IrixGuy. That's right, man. Welcome aboard. I hope everything's coming along nicely with the channel. Everyone that's tuning in that's not familiar with Stocks and Watches, Stocks and Watches is about to become a very big time deal live show, and it's going to talk about stocks and watches, as the name suggests. So that'll be a different genre. Be really good stuff. Hybrid Life's at the helm of that venture, Stocks and Watches. We've got Mega Valued Customer. Great. I like seeing barbecue ideas. No doubt, man. Seeing barbecue ideas and going out and trying to reproduce it and then eat it. Why not? So, yeah, man, we've got a bunch of stuff. And by the way, this is here. This is the sound of the Super Chat. So anytime a Super Chat comes in, the sound will erupt. So I'm going to put that right here. It's resting beside me. One of the studio enhancements was a place to sit the sound of the Super Chat, the didgeridoo. So it's always just a quick grab away. See, there it is. Stocks and Watches says live show soon. That's going to be cool, man. Just, let me know, because I'm a dude of many hustles. So just so I know about a day in advance, should be good. I usually book I usually know what I'm doing. I try not to book projects for any of my companies on the same day. So, typically, if you check with me the day before, I'll pretty much know what my schedule is going to be the following day. Yeah, we got, getting into that latter part of the year. We're already churning through August, man. It's August the 6th of 2020, the year that we all want to forget. Hopefully 2021, this stuff will be out of there. And I was looking through, I got all these emails, man. I got emails from all these airlines, and I'm not going to drop the airlines' names, but, I was getting ridiculous stuff, like round trip to, like, Puerto Rico for $29 and all of this stuff. And I'm like, man, until they start paying me, I think the minimal amount that someone would have to pay me to get on an airplane right now, I'm going to say $500,000 would not be enough. Maybe, maybe if an airline would pay me $950,000 US, I might consider a 1-hour flight. But think about it. That could be your last flight, because if you catch this virus, man, you're done. I mean, you could be done. You could be okay. So, how much do you value? If you put a value on your life, what would it be? Would it be 950? I think that's kind of low. I think for me to get on an airplane right now, I think it would have to be, I was going to say $12 million US. And then that way, if you get on it and you catch this virus or whatever, you could buy a yacht real quickly and just have some fun and then croak. I mean, yeah, I hate to be so blunt about it, but this virus is no joke. But yeah, I mean, I know it's tragic for the airlines. It's tragic for the cruise line industry. And I think it's something that's going to linger for the cruise line industry, even if they find a fix and take care of this virus. But yeah, I mean, there's some deals out there now that are for travel that are just insanely cheap. But I haven't seen any that are paying you to travel. So Stocks and Watches says many hustles here as well. Man, you got to hustle. Got to hustle to survive. Again, as Archibald Chesterfield III says, man cannot survive off Google ads alone. And I mean, that's so true. If your only hustle is Google, if your only hustle is YouTube and that's all you got, you need to be a Casey Neistat or something to really thrive. I mean, it's a tough ball game. And I think, there's a lot of hustles that one can create, spin-off hustles of the primary hustle. If your primary hustle is YouTube, there's affiliate programs. There's Patreon, where your viewers can choose to support your channel. Something that's really big is giving access to behind-the-scenes content. So something I want to do that I want to start doing on my Patreon page, and it's actually something that AC3 does, is create behind-the-scenes content for paid Patreon supporters. Not throttle back the public content by any means, but just add additional content for the people that support IrixGuy on Patreon, patreon.com/IrixGuy. Tech for Your Needs says, hello, folks. Tech for Your Needs, man, welcome. Always good to have you. Always very good to have you here. And then Tech for Your Needs says, my parents are Puerto Rican. Very cool. That is an awesome island, man. I mean, you go into San Juan, you get off that airplane, you got all that nice island, and then you can get on those little rinky-dink airplanes and fly over to the smaller islands. It's a cool. Let's see. Stocks and Watches says, I think I might have it. I got tested today, so it's eerie hearing you say this. Hey man, don't croak. Don't croak, dude. Don't croak. That's my best advice. Don't croak. And not to downplay the situation. I mean, here's the thing. Nobody really knows. So, it's kind of like rolling the dice. But if you're healthy, and I mean, who knows? I mean, I'm drinking White Claw right now. And the only reason I'm drinking that is because, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a dietitian. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a politician or a media person or whatever. But I just, it makes me feel better. I drank some rum or I drank some White Claw, and, maybe if I got that crap in my throat, maybe it'll kill it. Who knows? Probably won't. But, it's sometimes it's a matter of peace of mind, whatever you can do to make yourself feel better. But, if you look at the statistics, and again, I'm not trying to downplay the severity of it, because the virus is real. It's not just a political stunt. It's been turned into a political stunt, but the virus still exists. And for that reason, I'm super cautious. I've got the I always carry spray hand sanitizer, because I can spray that on my hands. It gets under my my fingernail tips or whatever, because that's a place you don't think about. You get stuff under there, and you get that all over your face or something, And then I carry gel sanitizer in the middle of my center console, because it's in a silicone pouch that when I leave it in the hot car, it won't melt. And And then I've got, always wear N95 mask or KN95. And if I got something really sketchy, if I've got like a customer project where there's something where I'm going to be around a lot of people, which I try to avoid, I've got a 3M respirator with two P100 cheek filters and these really wicked goggles. But I don't have a Tyvek suit. Speaking of that, I need to order a Tyvek suit. Because there are some of those jobs where you kind of cringe, man. But hopefully you don't have it. And, hopefully if more than likely your test is going to come back positive, because pretty much everybody that gets tested comes back positive. That's just how it works. So hopefully if you get that positive test, you keep a positive attitude and you stay fine, and you tune into live shows and get your live shows going on Stocks and Watches, and everything's hunky-dory. So Kevin Ghost Needham says, remember, Irix, come to Lake George for 6 months and we roll in the dough. Swagtron, Swag Cycles. That sounds like a cool venture, man. Right now I'm hustled through the hustle threshold. There's a threshold of hustle, and if you exceed that threshold, then you're hustling too hard. And there's got to be you kind of got to have you got to draw that line, that invisible line. And if you feel like you're passing the hustle threshold, then you just need to stick to your hustles you got. And if you had one of your hustles that kind of dipped, then you could just axe that hustle, add another hustle, but still stay below that hustle threshold. Because if you go over the hustle threshold, if one spreads themselves too thin, then if there's too many hustles, then all the hustles take a hit. So you don't want any of your hustles take a hit. You want to have multiple concurrent hustles, and you want to hustle hard with all those hustles, but don't exceed the hustle threshold. So for that reason, I guess why I'm saying that, I think you've got a great idea. Hustle hard, and make it happen, dude. You can do it. Stocks and Watches said, you seem slightly ill right now based on appearance and behavior. Yeah, my skin's kind of, I've had this like scratchy throat, and that's a sign of. Had a scratchy throat. My taste has kind of gone away. I can still taste the White Claw though, so I think I'm okay. I'm kind of leaning back because I'm tired. I've been hustling too hard. Tech for Your Needs says, I know some of my family member that had it, and some of their family, of my family member, one person died, which don't know that person, but it's still sad. Yeah, that's scary, man. It's scary. It is scary stuff. It's nothing to joke about. And that's the thing. And let's hope that the Stocks and Watches, if this thing comes back positive, which they probably will, there are incentives for tests to come back positive. And if you do a lot of research, it's really sickening how over, and I'm not saying it's not everywhere. I'm not saying that there's not a lot of this virus around. But what I am saying is that there are incentives to over-report. And that's the bad part. So, but even with it, let's say it wasn't being over-reported, it's still out there everywhere. And the thing you gotta remember is that despite all the over-reporting, that there's still all of these people that aren't even getting tested. Like myself, I'm not gonna go get tested. What do I want to do? Have somebody shove a stick up my nose? No, I don't want to do that. And if I got it, I got it. I'm keeping a mask on. I respect others. I'm not. No, it's, I'm not a guinea pig, dude. It's not, no, not at all. And Stocks and Watches says, not good. I wish you the best. Yeah, man, you too. This is tough stuff. And, drink your whatever drink it is, whether it's, I'm drinking White Claw, but, and just try to stay hydrated, drink a bunch of water, try to get a lot of sleep. And most importantly, try to stay away from people. Like I said, my only things that take me out, and I don't sit down in a restaurant and eat. I'll do it to go. And I've got a UVC light where I'll wipe that sack off when I grab after I grab it, and then I'll sanitize my hands before I touch my steering wheel. And no, I mean, unfortunately, there's no way to completely avoid it. I mean, unless you've made, multiple millions off of whatever, and, you can just sit back and isolate. I haven't achieved the multimillionaire status yet, so I don't have that luxury. Stocks and Watches says Pedialyte and garlic. Dude, it's funny you say garlic, because I've got like 5 garlic cloves in my refrigerator, and I put that. I get meat in a skillet and just chop up a bunch of fresh garlic, put it all over it. So that's good to know, man. Yeah, I eat a lot of garlic. Garlic is to keep the ghost away, and it'll hopefully keep the COVID away too, man. I mean, who knows? I mean, it's it's a as we know, these are uncertain times, man. So what's a Pedialyte do? Is that that's like Gatorade, isn't it? Like a energy, not an energy drink, but is that the thing they give to people in the hospital so they don't become dehydrated, or what is it? I mean, I've heard of Pedialyte. I just don't know what it is. Yeah, this YouTube live interface, man, this stuff's cool, man. YouTube is constantly improving their interface, and it is really slick. I'll give it to them. It is super slick, super intuitive. Stocks and Watches says, if you have trouble breathing, boil hot water, garlic, ginger, lemon juice, lemon peel, and orange peel, and lemongrass. Breathe in the condensation. Speaking of that, and that sounds awesome, and hopefully I don't have to experiment with that, but they used to have these things you could get for your shower, and they were called shower soothers. It was like a little tablet. It looked like a urinal puck, except it wasn't a urinal puck. You threw it in the bottom of your shower. You turn your shower on, let that hot water hit it, and it released like a menthol-type smell. And it would decongest you. Back before we had this virus, and you just got like regular things like a cold or something, and you got stopped up, put that in the shower and go in there and breathe in all that air, and it would make you feel good. Now, apparently they discontinued that product, so, who knows? But, yeah, dude, that is awesome. That's like a do-it-yourself thing, man, that remedy or whatever. That's cool. Hopefully you don't have to do it. Hopefully I don't have to do it. I mean, it's insane, man, how prevalent this stuff is right now. I mean, it's still everywhere, even though the cases are being grossly over-reported. You've got to keep in mind all the people that are not getting tested. So there's a bunch of positive people running around that, don't get tested, so they're not part of the reporting. But I guess the over-reporting of the virus, maybe that balances out the people that don't get tested that actually have it. I mean, who knows? Pedialyte is a liquid that has a lot of salt and sugar, electrolytes. Yeah, like Gatorade, electrolytes, which allows you to absorb the water, because when you are sick, you just get rid of tons of water. Yeah, you just pee it out. Electrolytes allow you to absorb the liquid. And that's why you never mix liquor with Gatorade. Because if you do that, you get in some major trouble. I knew some people in college that did that, and that was a big no-no. That was a bad mistake they made. Yeah, so let's see what's exciting today. See what is exciting. Sigma's got an 85mm f1.4 lens for the Sony E-mount system. And then they've got, let's see, what else? Not a lot of big things going on right now. That's the funny part. We're kind of waiting to see what DJI is going to put out in the next few weeks. He said electrolytes allow you to absorb the liquid so you don't get dehydrated. Yeah, being dehydrated is no fun, man. Yeah, it's dehydration is bad, bad, bad. Yeah, man, I just wish this stuff would go away because I'm tired of having to mask up. And I mean, now keep in mind, I say I'm tired of having to mask up. I'm not going to be the guy that's like, oh, I'm tired of masking up and not mask up. Nope, inconsiderate. I'm always going to mask up. I'm just saying that I'm tired of having to make that a part of the daily routine. It's getting really old. Stocks Watch says, I see you're trying to keep a positive mind, so we won't talk about COVID. There you go, man. Yeah, let's not talk about that. Let's talk about making millions of dollars. So, everybody out there, what is your best? I already know what Kevin's idea is. Kevin's idea is Swagtron swag cycles. That's his multi-million-dollar idea. Let's see who else we have on here. Tech for your needs. What's your multi-million-dollar idea? And stocks and watches. What's your multi-million-dollar idea? Again, not $1 million. $1 million is nothing. We're talking about multi-million. When I say multi-million, I mean target on the low end, probably 5 million, preferably 15, 20 million or more. You know, what's your business idea to achieve that milestone, or to exceed that milestone, I should say. Stocks and Watches says, I went to look at an engagement ring a few days ago, and they had a 18-karat yellow gold sunburst blue sub, and man, talk about a great watch. Gold stocks will get you there, my friend. Yeah, gold, yeah, precious metals are good. So you're getting engaged, man. I'll give you some engagement advice. So I was in Silas. Evening, sir. Good to have you back, Silas. Welcome aboard. And again, reminder to everyone, this is the sound of the Super Chat. So if Super Chat comes through, this thing erupts. So yeah, some engagement advice. So you said you're getting engaged. Number one, buy the watch for yourself, and don't get engaged yet, because here's the thing, man. And I'll tell you from, I got engaged in, it was my senior year of college, and it was the dumbest thing I ever did. I got engaged, and then she went off to, and I'm not going to drop names or anything. She went off to nursing school somewhere in another state. I went somewhere else to start one of my first companies. So we had this distance thing, and then I went to see her, and I didn't like her, and I'm just like, look, I got engaged, and this was just, it was a bad decision. So anyway, and then it's like, we're still getting ready, and we're going to get married and all this, that, and the other, and it gets, to be a few months away, and I'm just like, look, I don't want to do this. and got out of that. But yeah, man, just be sure if you do get engaged, just get you my best advice is to fly down, once the situation clears up, fly down to St. Martin. And when you go to St. Martin, see, they've got and it's probably still the case, but traditionally they've had a greater duty-free allowance for the United States. So go down there, fly down to Cyril E. King Airport, get you a cheap flight, and then get off the plane at Cyril E. King, call up Discount Car VI, or actually book that before you go down there. Tell them that IrixGuy referred you and you want a Jeep. And they'll come to the airport, pick you up in your rental Jeep, and then they'll go to their little rental car thing. You'll sign the papers, leave the rental car place, go down the main road on St. Thomas. You can't miss it. I mean, it goes alongside the water. And then you'll come to a place called Charlotte Amalie. And then when you get to Charlotte Amalie, find a parking spot, walk down there, and walk down this alleyway. It's called Drake's Passage. And you walk down there. It's in downtown Charlotte Amalie. If you've ever seen that show, a movie a long time ago, what was it? Was it Speed? I think it was Speed, or it was one of those. It had Sandra Bullock in it, and I think Steven Seagal, and they got in the cruise ship, and the cruise ship ran ashore. on that island. That was St. Thomas. But yeah, Drake's Passage, really good place. There's this jeweler in there, and tell him that IrixGuy sent you. It's called a Hanta, Ajanta. They got rings that look super good, but you look at the price and you can haggle. You can haggle. You can get some deals. Go down there, get you a. Here's what I would do. I mean, I'll tell you my straightforward advice, dude. Go to the jeweler here, and not spoil the surprise for your fiance or whatever, but go to the jeweler in the United States, and shop around with her and let her see all that stuff, and don't announce the price, but inevitably she's going to see the price. That's just how these women are. So she's going to see the price, so you condition her mind to think, oh, well, that's how much this is. But see, then you get that cheap flight, you go down to St. Thomas, you haggle, you get you a steal of a deal, not to mention duty-free, and, as long as you don't go over whatever the duty-free allowance is, and you wouldn't do that. I mean, you could get a super big ring that'll knock anything out of the water that you would get in the United States, appearance-wise and price, and be sure to get the papers for your insurance and all of that. But, yeah, do that. And then, you've kind of, in her mind, she thinks that whatever you get is super expensive. Even if you got this thing that looked identical to what you would get in the United States and you didn't upsize it, you're spending a fraction of the price. So you can use that money saved to get yourself that sub or whatever, man. That's what I would do. Yeah, so if that's what she's looking at, is that, number one, she's a gold digger, dude. You don't want. Here's my best advice. I don't care if you're a multimillionaire worth $10,000, whatever your net worth is. I would just say, I wouldn't do that, because that's a financial trap. You get into that, you get into some girlfriend that wants a ring that much. That's too much. I mean, you need to find you a girlfriend that's like, you take her into some jewelry store and she sees a ring that's $2,000 and she thinks that's awesome. If you find a girl that's impressed by a $2,000 ring and she's good looking and she knows how to cook, go for that. But then still do the St. Thomas thing and go down there and get that ring at a discount, and then you got all that money you can pocket. Don't. That's ridiculous, man. I would, I would not. I would not spend anywhere close to that, man. I don't care if. Yeah, I mean that's. 90 whatever says, so true. A dollar's value is the same regardless of income level. That's truly a trap to start to devalue what the dollar is actually worth. Net worth is less than. Net worth is less than yours for the time being, but I anticipate that it will skyrocket after the gold stock and bull run of these stocks 20 times. Well, you never know, man. But my best advice is I don't care. I don't care if she's a supermodel or whatever. Out of best practice, I wouldn't spend. I wouldn't spend over about. I probably wouldn't spend over 12 or 13 grand, and that's steep. That is steep, man. Silas has it right. He got his at Sam's Club. There you go. I mean, dude, that's the thing. I mean, if you get, you get into something like that, but let's say she's really good looking and you think she's trustworthy or whatever, and you do that, or even if you did a third of that price of a ring, just get you a prenup to cover yourself, because she's likely a gold digger, and she's probably going to try to run off with all your assets. So, I mean, not to say I'm not happy that, that you're about to get engaged, but, I'm throwing in my cautionary words from years of experience. So, yep. Yeah, be careful, man. Be careful. So that's, that's Ooh, that could be dangerous. Yeah, take Silas's advice or take my advice. But whatever you do, if you do the St. Thomas thing and get a ring down there, don't take her with you because then she'll know what a discount you got and she'll want to get some other stuff. So, Stocks and Watches says, I didn't tell her I was getting that one. That was just the particular one she liked. Yeah, like I said, she's a gold digger. Bad news. Don't go for that. 90 whatever says, my wife and I each got our $30 silicone rings as we thought it was stupid to buy jewelry. Neither of us wear jewelry to begin with, and we all do a lot of outdoor activities for the silicone rings. Dude, I'm with you, man. I've got a tungsten ring. That's my wedding ring is tungsten because I wanted something that would bang up and, wouldn't, I honestly, dude, I don't care for precious metals. So I'm with you, man. Something that's rugged and cheap and whatever. Jake says, good evening from Kingston, Ontario. And Jake says, I'm joined by my sisters and my girlfriend, Katie. Good deal, man. Welcome. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show, man. We were just talking about engagement advice. Stocks and Watches, Hybrid Life, is about to get engaged, and he's got a girlfriend that's wanting a ring that's way too expensive. And I just said, hey man, you don't want to fall into that trap. You got to get a discount, man. You got to get a discount with everything. So yeah, don't fall into that. And it's, yeah, man. I mean, that's crazy. So let's see. What else do we have going on? We got, Jake says, looks like you just started. Yeah, man. I started not too long ago, just about 33 minutes ago. I'm on my first White Claw, just having one drink tonight. As I was, expressing earlier, I've got scratchy throat and, taste is kind of going away. And I want to make sure if I've come in contact with anything, even though I am safe, I keep my social distance as much as possible, except for essential business, and I always wear my mask. But if I did come into contact, hopefully this White Claw will help out. Stocks and Watches says, was just looking, not going to be engaged until after med school. Stocks and Watches says, just telling a story, not saying I was going to do anything superfluous. Jake says, oh, I've got some wild stories about the girl I dated before I met Katie. Share those stories. Share those stories with the world. I don't know if I shared this story. Oh no, this was funny. So, and if she's watching, she's found me on YouTube, which I hope not. But the ex-fiance that ran off. No, man, Jake, nothing's too cold. As long as there's no profanity, we're good. This channel's for all age groups, and as long as it's clean, we're good. It doesn't matter. So I'll share my story. So, I told you I was engaged, and then I was going to get married, and then we had the wedding and all that set. And actually, I had the honeymoon. I didn't know anything about it at the time, but I'd booked this place in Jamaica because it was what was in my budget at the time. So I got this place, and it was an all-inclusive resort. But what I didn't realize is that it's one of the biggest party resorts in Jamaica. It's called Hedonism 2. And basically one side of the resort is prude and the other side is nude. So, I didn't really think about that when I booked it. I was just looking at discounts, and I didn't know, that I could travel to the Caribbean a lot cheaper by doing my own vacation rental, this, that. I was dumb at the time. I was young, I was stupid, and I was about to get married. So, I booked that because everything was included, all the alcohol, the pool, the beach, everything you wanted, the food. What better deal could you get? That's what I thought. So I booked that, and then, like I said, I called off. the marriage, I was like, look, I said, I don't want to do this. I said, this is a bad idea. You know, you get cold feet and you know something's bad, and I knew she was bad news, so I broke it off. So long story short, I couldn't get a refund for that trip. So, you know, then, you know, I broke off that marriage, and then it was about 2 years after that, and it wasn't going to be usable after, I think, a third year or whatever. So I got on Match.com, and it's about 2 years after that. I met this girl I started dating, and we went out for a while. And a few months after we had been dating, I'm like, do you want to go to the beach? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, okay. She said, where was the beach? And I said, well, it's Jamaica. She's like, Jamaica? I said, yeah. And then I said, well, I said, yeah. I said, it's, she said, where is it? I said, it's in a place called Negril. It's called Hedonism, too. So we went. I took this girl that I've been dating for a few months that I met on Match.com. I took her down to Jamaica for a week, and we partied it up. It was a fun trip. So Jake says, okay, she was a very demanding girl and had very volatile temper. She always attacked me instead. She was also very violent. Ooh, that sounds bad, man. I've never been in that type of relationship. That sounds like a sinking ship. Man, yeah, that's bad. You got to stay away from that kind of stuff, man. Oh. Yeah, it's a crazy world, man. Let's see what we got on here. And then Jake says, I was terrified of her, and it didn't help when I went to high school with her, and she tried to hurt me every time she saw me. Wow, you're getting attacked. That's scary. That is very, very scary, scary. Very scary. Yeah. So, yeah, the best relationship advice is to just avoid it. That's my best advice. And if you can't avoid it, you know, be sure to protect yourself, get a prenup, whatever, if you get married. Yeah, so DJI's coming out supposedly with that action camera here very soon. And again, I think that's going to be the one that'll be a modular camera option for the Mavic 3. That's probably going to be first quarter of 2021, from what I've heard. Educated speculation. So we'll see how and if that materializes. And then let's see. Jake says, uh-oh, might be getting a cold. Be careful. Yeah, man, I don't. And then Jake says, but Katie, on the other hand, is one of the sweetest girls you could meet, and she's very protective of me. She will stand in between the person and me. Very cool. Yeah, that's good. But the other thing is, does she know how to cook? Because if she doesn't know how to cook, then you just need to toss her out. I just put it blunt. Jake says, and if that doesn't work, her very hard punch will get the message through. There you go. That is good stuff. So yeah, it's now my nose is running. I don't know if a sore throat, a sniffy nose. I don't think I'm running a fever. Yeah. So, yeah, just there was something I saw, and I'm trying to think what it was. Silas says, take the drone on the honeymoon. Yeah, that was when I got married. I didn't have, well, drones didn't even exist. So I didn't, and actually, I didn't even have a YouTube channel when I got married, man. I got married in 2009. That's crazy, man. It's 2000 and almost 2021 now. Yeah, I didn't have drones, didn't have anything. I didn't have, I mean, my camera was a piece of junk. I had a little point and shoot camera. Didn't get any good video. But yeah, it was some crazy stuff, that's for sure. Man. Yeah, as much as I hate to say it, guys, let's see, Jake says, we are learning to cook different things, but I'm a little nervous around stoves and ovens because I had an accident where I got burned bad. Ooh, tell us about that accident. Tell us about that accident. Ooh, my phone. That was weird. My phone was going off, but there wasn't anybody there. That is weird, dude. Hold on. Let me check this out. Super weird. Oh, it was one of those spam calls. I wish I could just... I have fun with those people, man. The the people that'll do the sales call and it's not a recording, it's actually a person on the line. They are... I mean, I know we all get a ton of sales calls, but I mean, it's gotten to be so ridiculous. And no matter how many numbers you block, it's just, I mean, they're relentless. And Jake says, I'm also blind in the right eye. Ouch. You did have a bad accident, man. Well, don't let that make you not want to cook, though, because you got to cook to eat well. That's the thing. I mean, I know that's rough. Let's see. What do we have? I'm just looking through my notes to see what we got here. Yeah, guys, I'm not joking. I've got this. Jake says I was making something and I got burned by a pot of boiling water. Ooh. Oh man, that is bad. Well, I tell you, I kind of got a runny nose and a scratchy throat. I'm not running a fever, so I think what I'm going to do is just conclude this live show. I mean, I know we're only 45 minutes in, but I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up. I'm going to get some rest, drink one of those. I don't know if you ever had. It's called a Cherry Bundy. Cherry Bundy. It's a non-alcoholic tart cherry that's supposed to help you sleep. So I'm going to drink that and hope that I don't have this virus, because I can't afford to get this virus, because if I get this virus, I've got all of these businesses that I'm running concurrently. If I get this virus, it's counterproductive. I can't get it. So I've got to get some rest and drink some of that Cherry Bundy stuff, and hopefully I don't come down with anything. Jake says the eye was cut by an ATV accident. I also lost all sight, nerves, but I'm also a hockey player. There you go, a hockey. That's rough, man. That's cool. Yeah, that's oh, definitely, dude. Jake, always good to have you. Silas, Jake, Stocks and Watches. 90 whatever. See who else I got on here. Oh, I'm missing somebody. Kevin, of course. Tech for your needs. And mega valued customer. So thanks everyone for tuning in. Again, sorry so short-lived, but you know, when you got a sore throat and you got a kind of sniffy nose and this, that, and the other, and all this crap's going around, man, you don't want to risk it. So that's kind of where I am right now. You know, I want to err on the side of caution, as one might say. So, you know, I don't want to be worn out because I've got to, like I said, I'm a hustler, and there's that hustler threshold, but I haven't exceeded the hustler threshold. I tried to leave a little bit of cushion in case I start feeling sick. So that is how it's done, y'all. So let's see what we got here. What do we have? Oh. Hey y'all, IrixGuy here. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to subscribe, like, and share. It's viewers like you that enable my channel to continue to grow. Thank you.